Hey, Gus, is there an advantage to preparing for a team that you just prepared for, even though it was week 18 last year? Does it make things a little bit easier or maybe more difficult?
Well, I think, always the off season, right? People look at their packages, decide, especially year two going into it, saying, all right, this is what we can add. Let's advance and start doing some of these things. So there is some unknowns. Um, you can go back and look at your game, see what you did well, see, maybe how they'll attack you again, some things that, they may check to see, did we get fixed? So I think there's, more of the unknown probably. Preseason, you really don't show much, and either did we. So, I think there'll be some things that just have to take place during the game once we see maybe some of the nuances that they're doing.
Thanks.
Nate,
Hey Gus, when you have a guy like Latu who's, obviously very talented, but he's in his first game, he's got a matchup like Laramie Tunsil. Do you feel like a need to maybe move him around and give him some better matchups, or are you comfortable just kind of throwing him into the fire against an opponent like that, just play after play?
Well, I think, we do try to move some guys around, but I don't know if it's specifically, we're game planning now. It may or may not take place depending on some of the matchups that we look at. But, right now we just, we're trying to create that depth with especially those 4 or 5 guys on the perimeter, rotating them in, playing both left and right, and then, just go from there. So not really per se, hey, let's get him lined up right here and let's attack this, with his skill set, or, give him a tackle that he can just really focus on. I think he's pretty comfortable playing left or right.
we'll go to James.
Gus, this may be two on the nose, but have you decided who's going to start next to Julian Blackman at safety?
Yeah, Nick Cross right now for us is our starter. I shouldn't have said right now. We believe in Nick. He's, I think that was a really good competition throughout the training camp, and he started to play more consistent for us. That's what we were asking from him, to show up, making plays, what we're asking him to do as a safety. So, right now, as we look at it going into it, yeah, Nick Cross has earned that spot.
Gotcha. And just a quick follow-up, is it like he's playing free, Julian's playing strong, or do you kind of mix and match and kind of figure it out because Julian can play anywhere?
Yeah, without getting too much in depth, you should see both of them back there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank
Okay.
you.
We'll go to Joel.
Gus, what did you guys learn about CJ Stroud from playing against him twice last year?
That's a great one. Here we are playing him the first game, our second game of the season, first time seeing him. And we got in the lead, and we thought, all right, we're in pretty good control of this game. And obviously we had a big lead, so we were playing softer in our coverage and stuff. But he was very accurate, and we saw him kind of catch fire a little bit. And we thought, holy cow, he's got a chance now to be pretty good. He caught our attention, especially how he was towards the end of the game. And then watching him, all the games that we've watched him now, even more in the off season, a lot of respect for him. Can make all the throws. I mean, field side outs, comebacks, inside, outside. He's got great command of their offense, plays with really good poise. It felt like there was a couple times he had pressure right in his face, made big time completions. So a lot of respect. And, he's done really well, in his early stage of his career.
JJ.
Hey Gus, with Diggs and Mixon having quite a bit of experience in the NFL, but no experience in this Houston offense, what's just the challenge of game planning for kind of the unknown of those two guys specifically?
Right. Well, I think if you look just in general, JJ, at their overall skill set, it's very impressive. They've got a lot of speed, a lot of good athletes, especially at the wide out spot. I mean, their tight ends are very good. And now the backfield, they've got a couple of guys there that can really run the ball. So, they're true pros, I'm guessing. It won't take them long to pick up on it. They've had a lot of experience playing football. So, I mean, we anticipate seeing them off and running, pretty quick right away, just because of their experience and being able to do a lot of different things at Cincinnati and at Buffalo.
Chap.
I guess back on Latu, what did you see during the offseason, during camp and preseason games that tells you that you really don't need to spoon feed him too much or be hesitant how you use him, how much you use him, that you're just confident to play him.
Right. I think that it's another great question. I think going into it, just his personality, his temperament, how he goes about the business, it feels like, let him go play and let's see what he can do. We have great confidence in him. He is a student of the game. He, like I've said before, it almost appears that he's over analytical at times, but he's not. That's just how he is. We know that there's going to be a learning curve there. We know there's going to be plays that, we're going to come in and say there were some good plays and there's plays that he wished he had back. We understand that, but just his overall mentality and skill set, we're very excited to see, especially this first game where he's at and learning more about him.
We'll go to Kevin.
Hey Gus, I know you hit on this a little bit earlier just in going through Houston's skill group, but their wideout depth, seemingly has gotten better, at least on paper, and a little different from what you guys saw in week 18. Specifically, what type of challenge for your corner group does that present?
Well, I think that, when a team has one or two targets, you can really lock into them and say, all right, here's how we're going to go about it. Let's not let him ruin our game. But they do. They've got so many skilled players that they each can have, over 100 yards receiving. And so I think really good awareness, how they try to attack you, what they're trying to get accomplished. But, we anticipate, them trying to get a lot of guys, a lot of touches. And, we just got to be ready. We know, and I think the other thing they do a great job is they line them up all over the field. So you can't really just tie into, where one guy's going to be. Plus with, all of them on the field at the same time, we don't have a lot of film. So like I said, there's going to be some things that we're going to have to adjust on the run once we see maybe just kind of how they utilize these guys and where they position them.
And we'll take one more from James.
Gus, I know it's early, but what was your first impression of Sam Womack and what he could possibly bring to your defensive back room?
I had a really good meeting. Milo had multiple meetings with them. Very sharp, really good understanding of football, high football IQ, can talk football with you in the run game, the pass game, concepts, motion adjustments, things like that. I was very, very impressed with them. Now there's, San Francisco and us, there's similar systems, similar terminology. So that helped the learning curve. But just with meeting with them, I was really excited about just how far along he is and where he's at. So we're hoping to see him this week, see how fast of a quick study he is, and then just go from there. But he's been very impressive so far, knowledge of the game.